Close your eyes and take a deep breath with the nature. Keep doing this for a few moments on everyday basis. Experience the amazing feeling with each day passing. You don't need a greenway trail or grassland among bushes and high trees to do all of this. We are lucky to have this ambience, but if you don't have a house in middle of the nature, simply stand outside in your patio and experience this peace. Pranayamena yuktena sarva roga kshayo bhavet ayuktabhyasa yogena sarva rogasya sambhava. All it means is by doing proper breathing exercise, all health problems, mental issues can be cured. But if we practice this in a wrong way, or we don't practice this at all problems will surround us. Breathing purifies your internal system and rejuvenates your mind and body by reducing the stress level and making you feel relaxed. With every step we take towards a healthy journey, I will be telling you all a story, as I strongly believe story has a power of convincing more than anything else. This story and the video of this entire extract will keep us going on this path. Story for the day is Nature and Breathe, Ultimate Saviors. Our life journey is based on this one element, breathe. And imagine how many times we concentrate on this one element, which is the essence of our life. We all are running so much behind our career race, family progress, financial security, doctor and pharmacy rounds, external pleasures. All this takes a priority over the most internal gist of our life, our breath, which is left far, far behind. I'm not saying that other things are not important, but our breath, this one thing, needs some moments from our life, because when it stops, your existence will come to an end. So practice this every day. Focus on this one central point element that gives you life, your breath, and then see the change it brings within you. I am on this journey of discovering and implementing all the small elements, thoughts that constitutes and governs all of us. Topic for today is simply breathing in open air and concentrating on this process. We often underestimate or pay less attention to this element until we are dragged into a situation wherein someone is struggling to breathe, and if they succeed, they will still have a life to live. But if they fail, then they will leave this universe forever, very far away from all of us, never to return back. And this is the time we realize how much crucial was this one particle that decides whether someone will live or die. And when someone leaves us forever due to heart strokes, or when finally your lungs don't take and give that air anymore, this is the time we are helpless. The factor that decides this is for any reason known as breathe, Shwas. No matter how much we plead or beg to God, just for even a second, the person never returns back from the deathbed. Now take a step back. What we all do to protect this particle imparted by God, the breath? Absolutely nothing. Let's nurture it same way as we do anything for our kids, work at home or office, our deadline projects, to improve our relations, our financial security. All of this, how much energy we invest, let's at least include our breath as part of it and do as much as possible from our end. And then see how it changes your life and imparts positivity in all steps you take and make you strong within. So just develop this one habit of taking deep, relaxful breath at start of your day. And don't think of anything else. Leave all your thoughts behind and just stay in that moment. Only concentrate and focus on these breath rhythms that you take in and out slowly. If you feel you have rush times during the peak hours of morning, do it at any point of time during your entire day. But important is you do it regularly and outside in the nature, and see what amazing experience you gather every single day. Keep doing this for 11 days, and at the end you will realize how much negativity is deserted from your body and positivity cleansing your body and mind. Why 11 days? When the saying goes, if you want to develop a habit, you should practice it for 21 days. Because when you see the number 21, it sounds psychologically in your inner minds that it's a big number. not sure we can do it. Suddenly a wave of negative thoughts start pouring from every body parts and then you're reluctant even to start this. So reduce it to half, which is nearly 11, which sounds like a reasonable number, and look at the change. Now you start getting positively charged within just simply looking at the lower number. Look at this when you go for shopping. If a product is of a low price and beneficial, you will certainly buy it. But if the same product is costly, then you will invest time, do some research before buying it. And in the bargain, sometimes you won't even buy it. So the same principle is applicable in this case too. When we see that a certain habit or exercise is limited to a small range of time, then we focus on the benefits and that small number and then decide to give it a try. Taking this first step is very important, and once you cover the first battle of 11 days, it gets rooted as a discipline and you follow it. And even if you leave it post 11 days like the way I did, you will catch it. I did an exercise for health kickoff challenge at a workplace for a period of few weeks and then left it. And I was doing this for many years, following fitness regime and then taking a dropout. But whenever I used to leave it, I used to compare changes within me. Version 1 of me, when I was doing exercise, how much of a positive person, more confident and energy imparting person I had become. Version 2 of me, when I was not doing any exercise and eating excessive food, I was feeling sluggish, energy deprived, less confident, and wave of negativity was encircling my thoughts. So, which version of me was better? I compared me to myself and the obvious answer was version 1. And I wanted to be a better version of myself. So see, even when I left my exercise post few days and compared both versions of me, one while doing exercise and one without doing any exercise, I could feel much better adopting to the version 1, and here I am back on the fitness path. So most important thing is you should do it at least once. Starting of any good habit is the first step towards a refreshing, positive and full of self-happiness journey. I've been doing this for a while and within few days I realized that our whole life is within these breath rhythms. In and out. All our egos, prides, fights, misunderstandings, being perfectionist, running a race, and almost everything has no meaning before this one element of life, the breath. I started on this journey on health and positive path, and with each day and week what I learn will share my experience with all of you. If you could get something positive from this, imply in your daily lifestyle, and if you're already doing this, keep following the track and share your experience with all of us. We have one life, so let's make our life a positive, inspiring person who can achieve wonders and be that one person whom everyone wants to be with, whose presence gives happiness around. Let's be that positive person. So story for today is Breathe and Nature. This is a story of 12-year-old Eva and her grandmother. They lived in a forest across the lake on the outskirts of the village. People from the village used to visit grandma for treatment on cough, fever and other diseases. They believed more on the herbal medicine in her hut than the medicines from the city. It was their belief that grandma and her medicine was their savior. The priest of the temple once had heart attack during night bhajan program and was taken on a boat to the grandma. She prepared a concoction of tulsi, garlic pieces and honey and some of her magical herbs and gave it to the priest. She basically put some of these under his tongue and it was a miracle. He started to breathe slowly. Big pressure on his heart appeared to disappear. Grandma used to always say, we have forgotten our roots, our nature. They are the real saviors of our health. If they can't cure you, nothing will. All artificial remedies are temporary supporters like a life support. 12 years ago, during one such heavy rainy season, 9 months pregnant lady crying in labor pain was seen on the banks of the river. Grandma saw her while returning back from her herb collection routine. She hurriedly took her to the hut and boiled some magical herbs in water. The woman, after enormous pains, delivered a baby girl. Both mother and baby were struggling to breathe. Finally, baby won the game of life and survived, and the mother took her last breath and hugged the baby to leave the world forever. That day, Grandma discovered the importance of this element breath that decides the destiny of the person. And if you see, all what everyone does in this whole universe is to survive. But we all don't care of this factor that decides our survival, our own breath. Grandma raised the baby as her own granddaughter and named her Eva, meaning life. For many years, Grandma had been making her own medicines from nature and serving the people. Eva learned this art from her. Last year, Tanaji Akka, lady who ruled the village, suffered from numerous complications, some poisonous insect bite, asthma, and on top of that, she fell from the staircase of her huge home and broke her lower part of the back. Tanaji Akka was jealous of Grandma and never took her medicine. Instead, she preferred to have medicine from the city doctor. Nothing cured her. Day by day, her condition deteriorated and became all the more complicated that she was not able to breathe properly. Even a lot of god offerings were made in numerous temples and all in vain. Finally, they decided to put her on the boat and take her to the Mangeshi temple, where she said, "I will take my last breath. In the temple, I got married." That day, there was a large force to the water waves and hence they couldn't cross the lake. Instead, they decided to spend the time at Grandma's hut as it was dark and they were miles away from the village. Grandma suggested them to place Tanaji Akka's bed in the central position surrounded by outside green trees in the hut. Rain had stopped by then. Eva boiled some eucalyptus leaves and tulsi as well. Next day, much reluctantly, Tanaji Akka had the concoction made from some herbs. Since it was on and off raining, they had to stay at Grandma's place for few more days. Staying in the fresh, open air in middle of the nature and having the healthy herbs improved Tanaji Akka's health. It was a miracle. Breathing in open nature and eating healthy food brought life back in Tanaji Akka. But the question was, why didn't doctors, medicines or hospital care cured her? Answer was simple. Nature is the only element that controls your breath. Among the closed doors, no fresh air lead to more suffocation and a negative aura. Moreover, the medicines led to more deterioration of her body. Natural concoctions and green air brought her breath back. So with this, we conclude how much important is taking a breath in the open nature. Can we simply get up in the morning or any point of time, take breathe and concentrate on this in the open nature?